glad to be here. Thank you, Jit and the team for inviting me. Glad to be at the Up Your Game Conference. So remember to like the hashtag. Digital is becoming more and more important. And also, when you like something, you share the hashtag, you'll be seen as well. So I'm Ebenezer. Today I'm going to talk about AR and AI. So then I was thinking, why talk? You should be using it, right? My colleague has given you some books. So that is in conjunction with Singapore Tourism Board. There's a heritage guide. It's powered by augmented reality, ePrism. You can download it. Later, we will be using it. Please download that Facebook Messenger. I know all of you are on Facebook, but some of you have not downloaded the apps. So if you want to see chatbot, you want to learn about artificial intelligence, we are on chatbot. So later, I will also show you how artificial intelligence works. So now take your time, download the thing as I go through my introduction. So digital is becoming important. That's a platform. Whether it's Facebook, whether it's augmented reality, whether it's artificial intelligence. Now it's important as a platform to deliver a narrative. It's important as a platform because you can track the analytics and can test the hypotheses. Now these are the three things you need to remember. So my narrative is I'm the F&B guy that knows a little bit about marketing. So that's just a little niche which I occupied. But from there, so I went on to do my sharing, my training in an institution. I run things with Tourism Board. I even help a company to get listed through the narrative. Story is that important. Now, and think about this. It used to be a time when you go to a restaurant when you have tried the food and the food is good. But now, you'll probably be going to a restaurant or a cafe because you read somewhere a blogger said it's good. You consume the content before you consume the product. And that's how important the narrative is, the story is. And the best thing about AR, AI, or the digital, it allows you to track, to see how successful or not so successful your campaign is. It's a privilege to help various of the people. So what you're holding is Kampong Glam Augmented Reality Trail. It's a live game. You scan it, you can actually, tomorrow you can go and play. Next month will be the Sentosa Trail. That means you can explore part of Sentosa and the thing can go on. Together with Asian Civilization Museum, we also do a haunted trail. Nothing to do with Halloween, but it's just the ghost story that a lot of people, urban myth that people are talking about. Now this is enriching content. So later I'll come to the part where we are doing the marketing portion. So like I mentioned, if you want to do marketing, even yourself, you want to tell your story. What is your story? So you want to go for a job interview. So what are you positioning? So what is the problem that you want to solve for that company? So your narrative. Now then, how do I say stats? How do I track stats and hypotheses? Name card. So just now I gave out a few name cards. Do you remember my office? You can't. Do you remember the other party office when you change name card? Now, one problem when you change name card is when are you going to call the other party? They say Monday, they are busy, Friday is holiday. So when are you going to call them? Now later I'm going to show you how you can track the name card by AR scanning and AI, and you know when people are looking at your name card. Now that's technology, and that's how technology can assist you. But first, some mental preparation. You have a slip of paper that says Romeo and Juliet. Some of you have downloaded the ePrism apps. Can you help me and scan the 3 clues? So we're just going to play a short game, say about 3 to 5 minutes. You want to understand augmented reality, you want to do AI, you need to think out of the box. Now you always go to meeting and people say, hey guys, think out of the box, think out of the box. But they forget to tell you what's the box, right? So what's the box? So what are you actually thinking out of? The game, this system thinking innovation game, will highlight that. How many of you have played Romeo and Juliet before? Anyone? Hands up. Great. So other than using the ePrism, please do not go and Google it. So we are going to play the game. Anyone scan the... Yeah, I heard something. What is the first clue? What's the first clue? Did anyone scan Ray? Okay, I hear that sound. The first clue is a stone. The second clue is a shattered glass. The third clue is a puddle of water. Now you enter a room such as this, you find Romeo and Juliet dead. You see a stone, shattered glass, and a puddle of water. Your objective, to solve this mystery. You can ask me any questions you want, but I can only answer you yes or no. Now this game demonstrates questioning, curiosity. If you don't ask questions and challenge the status quo, you can't move forward. Now let's start the game. You can ask me any question. Is Romeo and Juliet really dead? Yes. Is the stone real? Yes. Now we only have a few minutes. Let's start the questions going. You see a stone, a puddle of water, shattered glass, 3 clues. Romeo and Juliet dead. I want to know how they died. How they died. If you don't Google and never played the game before without asking me questions, you won't be able to solve it. Any questions? It's okay. Later we will pass it to you. So you see a stone, a puddle of water, shattered glass, Romeo and Juliet dead. So you can ask me any questions to solve this mystery.
Do they have physical injuries?
No. Do they have physical injuries? No. Now determining the cause of that is very good. Were they poisoned? No. Now this is a very interesting question. Were they poisoned? Later I'll come to that. No. Anyone else? Okay, your question is, were they found indoor? Yes, they were indoor. Now guys, you have a stone, a puddle of water, and shattered glass. So,
Big enough to kill someone?
is a stone big enough? Okay, so is it a big stone? No. Yes. You need more questions to solve it. Now remember, the clue I give you is thinking out of the box. No. What is the box, ladies and gentlemen? Think about it. Ask me questions. What is the thing you want to get out of? Now there are a lot of practices about thinking out of the box, innovation system thinking. Now rather than saying it, let's do it. This is an exercise. Do the exercise and think, how do you solve it? They are dead, right? No. It's very good questions. Very key and very, very fast. Can we solve it? Can we solve it now? Shattered glass, stone, water. Are Romeo and Juliet person? No. No? Yes. And so, can you solve it? Shattered glass, stone, water. Can someone tell me the answer? And the water splash out, right? Now, ladies and gentlemen, how many of you entered into this game thinking that Romeo and Juliet are human beings? Okay, I believe almost everyone. How many of you have read Shakespeare before? Not that many, right? But why? I mean, if I name the goldfishes, maybe Lucky or something like that, you won't associate them with 2 persons. It's Romeo and Juliet, the name. So you also have seen how the questionings, they keep asking questions, solve these particular mysteries. Now you have heard things from Steve Jobs about stay curious or this now. The term stay curious is to keep asking questions. If you don't challenge the status quo, you'll always be the same. So you're going to accept something. Now you will enter certain things and say, seen that before, done that before. And that prevents you from moving forward. So think about this as we move on to AR and AI. Thank you for participation, and it's very, very fast, this group, I can tell you. I have lead groups that took about 10 minutes. Okay, but this is great. So I mentioned what happened. So now when we talk about AI, we're talking about offline to online. What's your strategy? Or rather, what are people doing right now? Is that really important? Does it really have an impact? I'm going to show you a coffee report that we track the sentiments over 1 year, over some of the major coffee countries, and this is what you get. Now, first, I need you to go to Facebook Messengers and download this report. Again, this is a chatbot. You can interact with it. So if you have the Facebook Messenger apps, you search for On Coffee Makers, OCM CI 2015. The chatbot will deliver a coffee insight to you. Some of you are coffee guys, some of you are not. But this is something for you to reference to later as we ask the questions. The chatbot right now in Singapore context is taught. I teach my chatbot based on what you search. Siri learns based on some of the technology like cookies and location. They learn about your behavior. Simple iPhone will know that a place you go to every day is your home when you're on the GPS. They will tell you your schedule and then maybe conflicting schedule. That's Siri. It is getting smarter by learning your behavior. The current chatbot later you will see, which I will demonstrate. So I need you to interact with the chatbot, download the insight. So I'll move on to the next slide. When we mention online to offline, that means there's a merge. What you see offline, you talk about it online. And if you can increase the stimuli to engage it online or offline, you will increase your presence online, which will bring sales to you offline. Now it's a complete loop. This is the tracking for coffee in UK, the demographic Caucasian, right? The keyword that we track coffee. You will see morning, you will see day, and all the relevant. Do you see Starbucks? So people will mention, hey, I'm having a coffee at Starbucks, Instagram them and so on, nice coffee, Christmas coffee and so on. On the other side, do you see this word Costa? Costa? Country of origin, UK. Same thing. Hey, guys that enjoying a coffee in Costa. Now just to share with you, these are all unsolicited. That means we draw it online. It's also known as social listening. That's UK. Let's look at demographic, exactly the same. Almost the same. Canada. Caucasian. Generally Caucasian, English speaking, generally. Same keyword. You see Starbucks? That means Starbucks is everywhere, right? I mean, we track many countries. There's only a few countries without Starbucks. Do you see Costa? Because it's simply not in that country. Do you see the word Tim and Hortons? Tim is here, Hortons is there. The slogan they use for their local coffee chain, which is very, very popular in Canada. Why am I showing you this? What happening offline has an impact online. And if you can dominate these two stimuli, you will bring increased sales and revenue to you. So and that's why AR is so important. And that's the reason why Apple, Facebook, all these are investing huge amount in AR. And also opening up their developer kit. Anyone downloaded the report? The report tracked over the months. What's so special about September 2015 in the coffee? So if you have not, there is this particular word called pumpkin. Anyone know what has pumpkin got to do with September? There's this particular drink called pumpkin spice latte. So it was trending crazily in US for many, many years. People actually look forward to this drink. There is Starbucks, there is pumpkin spice latte. Pumpkin spice latte is a little story that they have for 10 years, making them millions of dollars. It trends online, offline. And if you go and Google it, using Google Suggest, Starbucks is not even on the first page, it's the rest of it. So that is offline to online. Just to set the stage, how important it is to have a lot of stimuli. Now, we are not Starbucks, unfortunately. We don't have a lot of representation, and that's why we need to leverage on this thing called augmented reality. The more stimuli you provide, the higher chance of getting the engagement and the faster it is. Now, using the communication patterns tracked over the last almost 100 years. Now, let me show you. But first, this is the general which I taught in most institutions. Some of the things is difficult to change, your culture, social, the consumption pattern. Intervening stimuli. How much is a burger? McDonald's, they keep repeating the value meal $5, Starbucks $5. There's a subliminal effect. Now you go someplace, why some ladies right now want to reward themselves and buy certain bags, when they can buy other bags. There's a particular stimuli. Could be irrational, but nevertheless, a stimuli. So this is in-store, e-commerce, it applies. The beautiful thing about online is you have additional clickstream and cookies to track. Okay, there we have it. Let's look at the communication pattern. Radio took 39 years to reach 50 million people. 39 years, remember that. TV took only 13 years. Sight and sound. Remember, increased stimuli. Internet, you even engage it yourself. 4 years. Enter social media, user-generated content, 100 millions in 9 months, and you have your WhatsApp, all this. But all these are nothing. Last year, Pokemon Go, 50 million in 2 weeks. 2 weeks. And that's actually how you know about augmented reality. Pokemon Go is a game. You must remember digital photography was invented in the 70s. It did not become very, very prevalent and immersive until the early 2000s. It takes years to nurture technology. Now that is augmented reality. So everyone is on it, all the big boys. Whether is it static marker, dynamic marker, location marker, all you have it. So the question is, are you employing it? Are you employing it? Are you on the bandwagon of the next trend? So let's see how we're going to do it. Now you'll be interested because this is what happened. Why I say that this is what happened? Because everyone is consuming their content online. So every one of you are, just now when I come in, everyone is looking at some form of, I see Facebook and so on, right? You're online more than 10 hours a day. Singapore has the highest penetration. On the right-hand side is a train breakdown. People are very, very angry. They're bowing their head, they're not praying. They're not, but they're looking at their phone. They're looking at their phone. You know, I mean, we are used to it perhaps, but you're looking at their phone. Now on the left are some ladies going to work, familiar scene. They're all on their phone. And right, you will agree with me. You see the phone, everyone's, whether it's standing, sitting, or whatever, they're always on their phone. These, ladies and gentlemen, are your audience. You bring your offline content to the online, and that's your entire audience. Now, question is, your content, do they have the thumb stopping ability? You know what's thumb stopping? You scroll right, thumb stop. Thumb stopping ability. Some of the Facebook, that's you scroll, you stop, right? Same thing with your messages and all this. Now, these are the things we are looking forward to. Now, what is AI? Correct. So in the demo which I said, don't mind I read out some names. I'm just showing you with a mobile phone. I actually know who read the report. I have a Mr. or Miss Fu Yok Leong. Mr. Yok, thanks for doing the downloading report. Hope you enjoy it. I have Dion Lee. Thank you. So I should not read more names, but I'm just demonstrating to you on site. I'm presenting. I can know who read my reports. But please do not be scared. I cannot access any other thing that Facebook allows me. So I can't. Okay, just to share with everyone, Facebook allows us to access just your profile, who you are, your birth date. I don't even know how old you are. I don't. I only know your birth date, and I know how you interact with my content, what you read. Now, can you see the potential? I embed this on the name card later, which I'm going to show you. I go to a conference such as this, I exchange the name card. You scan the name card. Oh, you read my name card. I'm going to wait 20 minutes and call you because you just read my name card. I know exactly when you read some things. Now, of course, if I bring you to my clickstream, I can track even more things. So a lot of people are campaigning, say you should not have cookies or this, but that's how the internet works, just for information. But if people are thinking about PDPA, all this, when you go into Facebook, you know the few tick you tick to use their thing, you actually give it to them. So using chatbot on Messenger, we are leveraging on Facebook platform. So no contravening any PDPA, just for information. So that is a demonstration on AR and AI. Now, if you want to look at more AI or AR, the heritage book, the advertisement you click, they will bring you through. There is one that is on ordering, artificial intelligence is inside. There's another on Sentosa as well. So during your free time, do check it out. I'm just showing you how important is narrative. So we have done the AR, the AI. Later I'm going to show you some case study. Some of you have my name card, so oncoffeemakers.com. If you read my brief, they say, what is this guy talking about AR, AI, when he said oncoffeemakers.com. I set up this site as a demo to teach my students and participants. Of course, if this site don't make any money, then why should you trust me? So I'm selling coffee and coffee machines. But if you go here, it's all about cakes. So ladies, especially a lot of ladies, they like it, they share it, they talk about it. So it gives me a lot of engagement. And in terms, it gives me a lot of leads. When people wanting coffee and coffee machines. So this is just a simple example of how narrative can push your traffic and your sales. Okay, now let's go to case study. I'm an augmented reality company. I'm doing augmented reality. This is an ang pao that we produced earlier this year. So if you go down to Chinatown in January, they're going to give out free, so we have something with the Chinatown Association, and you're going to find the different version of the Cai Sen Ye. Now, some of you are quite interesting, right? Now, this thing goes viral earlier this year. We did ePrism for 2 years. Much like other business, oh no, do B2B, using LinkedIn and so on. A lot of people think, yeah, that's innovative, but that's it. When we did this, we have a lot of shares. All the way from Malaysia, people come and ask us for the ang pao. We get people from institution, from Resort World, from Sentosa, all this, asking us like, hey, how can we do this? Can you imagine the potential of people coming to you asking for your service rather than you going to them? All this because of ang pao. Does it have anything to do with augmented reality? Nothing. Now, the gameplay, if you go to a game when we launch National Coffee Day, it's the same. You don't have to ask people to download, because right now it's a learning session. People will ask, hey, how do I download it to play the game? Why? Because every station they get a free coffee. Now that's a gameplay, gamification. So think about the way, so you have even like personal, when you send a resume, they try to be creative. I think that's the way to go. I think that's the way to go. It's called a point of interest. If people are not even interested in what you have, how are they going to like and trust what you're going to do? So these are the number of shares, the number of comments we have. So what I'm saying is like, whatever assets you have, AR can optimize it. Name card has been around since the 17th century as a calling card. Regardless how advanced a company is, even Google has a name card. Facebook has a name card. So now the thing is, how do you track it and how do you measure it? Now, you pass someone a name card, what are the chances they will read? They'll probably file it together if there's no point of interest. So what AR provides is that point of interest. So if you have the name card, if you have the Sentosa book, you can scan the same. So that I quite shamelessly inserted one of my advert in my Sentosa book. So you can just send. So that's my talk. You can actually go to the chatbot directly. So like I said, I can't track everything, but I know, oh, one of my participants in this class actually read the advertisement, for example. That's a nice thing to know. So in this case, I bring it to my website. I can bring it to any destination. Now for those that are doing FMCG, fast-moving consumer good, I mean, just to highlight to you how powerful that is. Singapore has about 100, 200 different big, small supermarkets, the good size one. You have a product there with your logo. You can actually track it. People seeing it, thinking about the contest versus people buying it. Now you track the process. Online, that's fantastic. You can track all the clickstream, all the cookies. But offline, can you track right now? You can. You can. So that is what AR can bring for you. This is something I take near the office. A scene you always see. What is this? Flyers, right? You notice this guy did not even look at the flyer. No, I'm not saying I did this for a printing conference. I cannot tell them it's bad, but it's actually not bad. Why? Because so many people are doing it. whether is it real estate, all this. And I get my students to track it. So I teach in Temasek Poly. So my students track, of course, in Tampines area. Flyers does work, some flyers. If you give out a property flyer in front of MRT, they're not going to, hey man, I'm going to buy a property. However, if you give out nail polishing, things that the ladies can use while waiting for their husband, they will actually consume it. Now then there are other guys that are giving out Yoshinoya, Long John Silver, you know, when you escalator. A lot of us just brush them off, but they actually work. Some of them actually go to consume the Yoshinoya. Stimuli, the consumption. What are they doing when they want to consume the thing? Okay, so remember this. Now, in this case, the agent is going to report to you, you give out 1,000 flyer, but you have noticed that some did not see, some forward, and so on. You don't get 1,000 view. Back to the earlier, the fortune goat, the Chai Sen Ye. What is your point of interest if you insert a point of interest? The current point of interest right now for all flyers, almost every flyers, is what we call a lazy man strategy. What? Slash price, right? They give you 50% off, buy one, get one free. Now, it's only good until the next guy comes cheaper, right? And then you got probably 10 guys that are giving out flyers. So point of interest. Now, this is to stay. It's already there. It's a good form. How are you going to augment it? And you can track it. You can track it, how many people actually read. You don't need to get any feedback from the agent and so on. So this is what we built in. An e-voucher. So we did some with menu, Diatam. Now the thing is, with your flyers, so they hold it, so that's it. I mean, they will lose it. So when you amend it, the e-voucher sits in their phone. Like I say, just now you're using the phone for like 10 hours a day or more. So that's the amount of mileage you can have every time you can actually let them access it or you can actually notify them. Now the beautiful thing of when they redeem the voucher is you know their location. Again, assuming that they switch on their GPS. And of course you have the IMAC number. Now every of your phone have a unique IMAC number. So again, we can't track like your name or this because that's with the telco. But we know that this particular phone, this IMAC or IC number, use the voucher. Now collectively, this data means something. North, south, east, west, what timing, all this. Now these are all the data you can crunch and come out something very beautiful. Remember, hypothesis, analysis, analytics, narrative. How do you know your story works? How do you know that story works? It's true all this. What do you want to test? In fact, are you testing anything? Now I take a short 1 minute just to share with you this. Will you buy something 3 times the price? Will you? No, right? Did you all enjoy the nasi lemak burger? Anyone did not buy the nasi lemak burger? Okay, so quite a few. There are some that did. A typical chicken burger costs about $2.50. I can't remember the exact price. The nasi lemak burger, just the burger alone, costs $6 over. We might not have bought the nasi lemak burger, but you cannot deny there were queuing for it, right? And they actually sold out in 2 weeks. So what did they run out of? Cucumbers? I do not know. But so that is something which they have done. Now, but if you look at the entire flow, you track, mark my words, 6 weeks. Every 6 weeks, Starbucks, McDonald's, big chain, they come out with new products. Some you will not remember. It just die. Some make a comeback. Samurai burger, and so on, right? Every year they come back. Everyone look forward to it. It's much like pumpkin spice latte. They were testing something. You were helping them. You were the numbers. You buy or don't buy, you are the numbers. You look at the setup in a mall. They don't advertise everything about their promotion. Some are about the ice cream and about the $2 burger. Now, if you track the whole consumption flow, there are certain things which they want. Why you buy, why the ads, and so on. So these are the big guys. So we always say, oh, they're big, that's why they're successful. That's not the case. They were very hardworking and doing things. It's just that, of course, they don't announce to everyone. So the question is that in your own company, are you doing anything? So when I share with F&B, when is the last time they revamped their menu? They only revamp the menu when they want to revamp the menu? Or every 6 weeks you have launched something? Same thing with your own products and services. Do you do something new? So this is in a supermarket. So like I mentioned to you, this is a normal packaging. So something will play, it will bring you to Facebook, and so on. We ran a promotion, so we know like, you know how a lot of promotion in the supermarket where you got to tear the wrapper, mail in, and win something. So we did something similar. We tracked how many people are interested to scan and read the promotion versus how many people actually purchase. Of course, the data is confidential for my client. But these are the things that people are tracking and are monitoring using AR, crunching it using the AI, and of course using like the chatbot informing you. So I keep stressing the importance of numbers and why AR, AI is there. And I highlight to you where your customers are, all in digital space. Basically, the whole idea of offline to online O2O is to connect them together. Is to connect them. So you can bring them to either place, right? You have increased stimuli, much of the general consumption pattern that we had earlier. And the last point is, I put it up to every one of you. Are you utilizing all your assets? No doubt most of you will have name cards. So how are you using them? Just to put your phone number, or you want to deliver more content to them? So with that, I hope I've given you some insight to AR and AI. Feel free to go to my LinkedIn page. So every other few weeks, we have adult learning session at Temasek Poly. The next being next Tuesday. Of course, if you read the news, Temasek Poly, they have a lot of skills future class as well. 70% subsidized by the government. I run an in-depth AR, AI class where you can code your own chatbot. I mean, if you're interested. And other coding classes as well. So check out Ebenezer Heng, connect with me, and if you're interested in some of the classes, I'll give you the schedule. So with that, I open the floor to questions. Like, any questions? Just the app. So the image, right? That particular image, anywhere there is. So upcoming in Chinatown, the different images. So you will get your fortune god coming out. So in a typical Chinese New Year, a lot of people like to go to the fortune god and collect the gold flakes, right? So this year is much more fun. You actually get to find the fortune god in Chinatown. So that's what we are doing with the association. So it won't be the Cai Shen Ye, the image, of course, and then you know it's there, right? So it's different thing. I can amend that fire extinguisher and make the fortune god come out as well, if I want to. So it's just limited by my imagination. And so I encourage you to take the Kampong Glam, you go and try it out. So Kampong Glam is very interesting. You can actually, they will direct you to different signboard. When you scan, the next clue will come out. So it's like what we used to play, those like treasure hunt. But it's in a signboard, in a graffiti and so on. So to answer your question, I don't need a fixed thing, but depending on what I upload there. Okay, no, this side. We have been doing it for 2 years. So it's mainly used for communication purpose. What do I mean by that? Like there's this AIC, Pioneer Generation card. So they do that. So if you have any relative with Pioneer Generation, you can download ePresent and scan a video play. So it's more for the ambassador to go out and do sharing. It's not so much like marketing purpose. So like for my name card, imagine a setting like I talk to you, you are my client. Before I leave, I say, by the way, if you want more information, you can scan. I will instruct you. I will not put the logo scan with ePrism. That defeats the purpose. So I tell you, download, you scan, you can see this video. Okay, I leave you with that. If you really do scan, I know the level of interest is higher. If you don't scan, I mean, the level of interest is not so high. Now we're all talking about targeted customer, right? We're not interested in all customers. Like some customers will take up a lot of your time. We want those customers that are interested, download, see the video. Okay, that guy is interested. I'm going to reach out to them. That's how AR and AI work. That's how it works. Okay, I should not hold up the next speaker. Thank you for your time, and anything we can connect online. Thank you very much. Ebenezer Heng here.